It's talking about where the main character thinks his hatred for the male lead came from and his love for the white moonlight started. He talks about back in the past when he stole his aunt's flower that she took 5 years tending to for it to bloom, and how rare it is, like how valuable it is. And he took it without permission. Like he had, on instinct took it and got caught by the Heavenly Darling and was dragged by the Heavenly Darling to the Melly to get his punishment because, again, he stole something. And the person who tended to him after he got severely punished by the Melly had been the White Moonlight, because the White Moonlight brought him wontons, and the main character had threw a fit, stating that he was going to starve himself. He'd rather die. Why doesn't anyone love him? He's been mistreated for 15 years. He just wants love and care. Even when he came to this peak, under his uncle and aunt's care, other than for them, everybody else looks at him with disgust. And the White Moonlight's like, well, if you need someone to care and love you, I'll be there. I'll be your family. Here's some wontons I made. Even though we know as readers later on that those wontons were made by the male lead, and the White Moonlight is lying. And I'm sitting there going, dude, like, he's all this upset and angry over the male lead punishing him. And I'm like, dude, you stole from a peak lord's wife. You stole from the peak leader's wife. That could have gotten you killed. That could have got you kicked out of the peak. You only getting whipped, like, yeah, you got several lashings, but you stole from the peak leader's wife. People get kicked out of sacks over that. People get killed over that. And you stole something so valuable, something that she tended to for 5 years. Like, this woman and her husband took you in and raised you at this point, I think, for a year. And your way of telling them thank you is stealing from them to give to your teacher. And yeah, you did it by instinct and you wanted to give it to your teacher, and they would have been understandable. But honey, if you had been anybody else, the sack would have been calling for your name. They would have been calling for your head. Because that is levels of disrespectful to your leader and to his wife. Especially to his wife. You are smacking her in the face. Especially since we know this woman is a very kind woman, and this is how you show respect and thankfulness. You're lucky you only got whipped.